Hi everyone, this is part 2 of the book haul that I started last week, or I guess not started, but because that was the whole thing, and I got through everything that I bought last week. But this week there were more books. I have 4 bookshops that I went to this week. One of them being returning to the same one that I went to last week to once again cash in on their half off sale. Another secondhand bookshop had a half off sale today. So I'm going to start with the new books. So I have 5 books that I bought at a new bookshop. Well, not a new bookshop, but they're not secondhand, you know. So the first one is Prophet Song by Paul Lynch. This is 2023 Booker Prize winner. My mum actually bought me this one for Christmas, so thanks Mum, love you. This one sounds like kind of a 1984-ish book set in Ireland, so that sounded like something that I'd be interested in. And yeah, I found out about it because it was the Booker Prize winner. So next one is, in similar vein, George Orwell, Utopia and Dystopia. Oh, just Dystopia, sorry. Should have guessed that. I really love the book 1984, and I like Animal Farm, and this one has some other Orwell stuff in it as well. This thing was only $16 for like this nice fancy hardcover edition. I have a bunch of these Flame Tree books. They're really good. They do lots of classics. They do mythology and folklore, all sorts of things. Next is Winter Gifts by Ben Aronovich. This is a novella in the Peter Grant / Rivers of London series. There's like 10 or 11, I think it's 11 books in that series, counting novellas. It's about a wizard policeman in London. I mean, what part of that doesn't sound awesome, right? I love the series. I love the narrative voice of the series. So yeah, that one was expensive. That was like $35 for this hardcover, but it's new. It's hardcover. This one is Heartstopper, Volume 5. This is a graphic novel. This is the final volume. This one is also new, I think, just released. It's LGBT plus. The main characters, Nick and Charlie, are gay boys in high school, and they're adorable. Everything about this series is adorable and cozy and makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, and that's by Alice Osman. And the last one here was Persona 5 Volume 6, manga based on the video game Persona 5. For some reason, I could not find Volume 6 anywhere, and it was like $10 more expensive on Amazon than what I got for it here and in the bookshop, which was definitely odd. So good luck finding Volume 6. That all the other volumes I've not had any problem with. So I'll put these ones back in the bag because we have way more to go. Insert elevator music here. Okay. First, secondhand bag. This one. Okay, this was from the expensive secondhand bookshops. This lot was over $100 in this bag. But these were all secondhand. This is the expensive secondhand bookshop. The other two were cheaper, way cheaper. So first one is Last Call by Tim Powers. It's a fantasy one. I bought the third book in this series, Earthquake Weather. It sounded good. It has like mythology ties into it, and I really like mythology. But I didn't know for sure that was the third one, so I had to find the first one. I don't know where the second one is. I couldn't find the other one, so hopefully I'll find that. But at least I can start the series now. There are a few Tim Powers ones I got. Expiration Date. by Tim Powers. This one is another fantasy one. It also has the ghosts of Thomas Edison and Harry Houdini. And what part of that doesn't sound interesting and cool, right? So that's enough to sell me on that one. Next one, The Anubis Gates by Tim Powers. This one is, as you might have guessed, Egyptian, supernatural, necromancy, divine intervention in Egypt, which sounds cool. Next, we have Strange Itineraries by Tim Powers. This one is short stories. I think that's the last Tim Powers. Nope, one more. Drawing of the Dark by Tim Powers. This one, this one seems to have like Arthurian mythology tied into it. I was reading it like, why did I pick this one up? Yeah, that's why. Arthurian mythology. So next one, Ken Follett, Fall of Giants. This is the first book in the Century trilogy. I picked up the last one last week. And I did find book 2 in another secondhand bookshop today, so we'll get to that. Next one, Sandman Slim by Richard Kadri. From what I understand, there's a guy who dies, he goes to hell, and then he comes back to have revenge and do supernatural shenanigans. So that sounds fun. Next one, massive one, Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. Stephen King needs no introduction. So this is kind of horror, supernatural, people mysteriously falling asleep. Next we have The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I do have The Passage duology by Cormac McCarthy. Haven't read it yet. But this is the post-apocalyptic one about a guy and his son. It honestly sounds a little bit Stephen King-ish, in the vein of not his horror books, but his other non-horror books, almost. Next one, 3 Days to Never by another Tim Powers. It's this one, Albert Einstein discovery, makes a discovery. Girl finds a video from her grandfather, and this is more of a thriller sort of one. But I like that historical connection to Einstein. That sounds interesting. Next is, I've got a bunch of Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Where are they all? There's like 5 of them. So yeah, because I brought this up in my Andy Griffiths video the other day. This is just fun to read as an adult because you get a different perspective, almost like a sort of schadenfreude that you don't get as a kid. As a kid, you root for Greg. As an adult, you realise how terrible a person he is. It's like, this is not going to end well, but also please pass the popcorn. So we have books 13 through 17. The Meltdown, Wrecking Ball, The Deep End, Big Shot, and Diaper Overload. Next one we have this is a graphic novel, Real Science Adventures, and this is kind of like Super Science Friends, if you're familiar with that. Like real historical scientists doing sciencey things, saving the world. This is the second one, so I'll have to see if I can find the first one somewhere. But like it has Tesla and Westinghouse and Lovecraft and Houdini and some other ones that I haven't heard of. So that sounds interesting. And this one is Silver Brumby Echoing. This is the last 5 Silver Brumby books. This is the third of the centenary editions. So I need to find the second one because I have the first collection. And I think one more in this bag. Predator's Gold by Philip Reeve. This is the second Mortal Engines book. I've read the Fever Crumb trilogy, which is the prequel. I had the first one. Meaning to get to it. It's steampunk, which I love. So there you go. So that's that lot. This lot, there we go. That's, I have to put these back in the bag. This is going to be a long video because we've still got 2 bags to go. We need some elevator music. Do 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 do. If you get this reference, you are awesome. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness, they did not go in. Oh dear, this is those are not going very well. Rip. Okay. This one. This lot I got for half off. It was $32. It should have been $60. So that is awesome. This one I got a bunch of childhood favourites, some maths books, a couple of books that I've been looking for ages. So this is this lot. So we have like 4 Pokemon novels. I got 2 of them here. Pokemon Journey to the Orange Island and Ash Ketchum's Pokemon Detective. These are adaptations of the anime. Number 9 and number 18. There are a bunch of these. I have a couple of them. Somebody gave me in primary school. This one. Rebecca the Wrecker by Peter McFarlane and Stephen Axelson. So this guy, Peter McFarlane, he actually came to my high school to do some, I guess, talking about creative writing in one of my English classes, and he's actually the dad of my English teacher from high school. And I remember this, one of the books that he displayed in his slideshow when he showed off, these are my books. So aside from this just sounding funny and like shenanigans, and also reminiscent of Valeria Sidiris, who, if you know me on Discord or possibly in real life, you'll know who she is. Sounded fun, and again, cool to have one of his books, considering, this one, Pencil of Doom by Andy Griffiths. This is book 2 in the Schooling Around series, which are my favourite Andy Griffiths books. And this one I listened to as an audiobook as a kid, which is why it's the only one that I don't have physically. So I'm happy to have this one to fill out the series. I've reread these a bunch of times. They're just great fun. Definitely one of my favourite kids series. So I would love to reread that one. Another childhood blast from the past. Bob the Builder and the Elves. No, not that Bob the Builder. Different one. Whoever wrote this probably based on the show and hope people would buy it by mistake. I don't know. But this is another one that I listened to as an audiobook as a kid, and I remember really liking it and just being funny and full of shenanigans. So that would be nice. Another blast from the past. Here are the other 2 Pokemon ones. Psyduck Ducks Out and Ash to the Rescue. And these are by, I've got to say the author, these are by Tracy West. Yeah, Tracy West. So these are, again, adaptations of the anime. Next, we have Galileo's Daughter by Dava Sobel. I hope that's the correct pronunciation. This is historical. I wonder if it's I don't know if it's based on reality. I don't know much about Galileo besides, you know, he debunked. He came up with heliocentrism. He got in trouble with the church and Inquisition, so that will be interesting. Especially since I bought another Galileo book by Kim Stanley Robertson in the last video. This one, 50 Mathematical Puzzles and Oddities by Nicholas E. Scripture. What a good name for an author. Scripture. So yeah, I love maths. I study it at uni, if you didn't know. So I'm hoping there'll be something cool in here that I didn't know, or something interesting. I love maths. It's my passion, as well as books. Another maths book, Challenging False Logic Puzzles by Norman D. Willis. This is pretty cool. It's actually like a story told in logic puzzles. So that's a cool find. Next one, Dorothy Must Die Stories 2 by Page. Who was it? Danielle Page, that's it. So these are the second volume of companion novels to the Dorothy Must Die series, which is The Wizard of Oz, but where Dorothy became evil. And now a new girl from Kansas named Amy has been recruited by the witches to assassinate her. It's pretty wild and dark and gruesome, and it's fun. And there are 3 volumes of companion novels that sort of show how things went from There's No Place Like Home to Dorothy the Dictator. And I've been looking for that one forever. It was the one I was missing, so I'm really happy to find that. Another one I was looking for a long time, The Clockwork Scarab by Colleen Gleason. So this is sort of steampunk, but also has like a relative of Sherlock Holmes and I'm guessing Bram Stoker. Yeah, so that's cool, and I've been looking for this one for a while, like years. Next one, Julius and the Watchmaker by Tim Hehere. I hope that's the pronunciation. This one's like a YA or middle grade steampunk and time travel. And while I'm not usually big on time travel, steampunk, as I said, I love. So I will pick up all of the steampunk that I can find. These two, Red Samurai and Black Warrior by Tiffany Hall, book 2 and 3 of the White Ninja series. Another YA trilogy that I started a long time ago, so it's good to find these about the modern day ninjas and samurai. Next one is Electricity by Victoria Glendinning. I know it's about in Victorian London, which is a setting I really enjoy reading. I don't know much else about what this is about. It's not very clear on the back. I couldn't even find anything inside it. But, you know, electricity is cool. And Victorian London is cool, so, well, I wouldn't want to have been there, but reading about it is cool. Next one is The Jury Must Die by Carol O'Connell. This is a thriller, courtroom thriller, which there will be more of. This one was like a freebie. They had like a box of books. They're like, everyone can take one of these for free, and this is the one that I grabbed. So yeah, that sounds good. I figure you might as well grab one if it sounds even vaguely interesting. A couple of bookmarks there. Take them out so they're crushed. This one is Airman by Owen Colfer. He's the author of Artemis Fowl, if you didn't know. This one also sounds kind of steampunky. I mean, look at the contraption on the cover. A boy who is interested in flying. I'm guessing it's around the time of like the Wright brothers and stuff. Next one. Shadow by Michael Morpurgo, another childhood favourite author who I still really enjoy reading. This one I think is Afghanistan war setting. like his stories aren't like fantasy. They're like well, they're not like real people, but you know, they're realistic. Often in settings like the world wars and that sort of thing. So yeah, and there's another Michael Morpurgo book in here, I know. Yeah, here we go, Farm Boy by Michael Morpurgo. I'm guessing it's about a boy on a farm. I just picked it up because it's a Michael Morpurgo book that I haven't read. Next one. This one I'm pretty excited for. Katie by Jacqueline Wilson. And this is I'm guessing modern day retelling of What Katie Did, which is the first book in the Katie Carr series. That's one that I have as an audio CD, and I read books 2 and 3, What Katie Did at School and What Katie Did Next this year. So I'm pretty excited to read this. Did not know it existed. That was cool. And lastly, Winter of the World by Ken Follett. This is book 2 in the Century trilogy. So managed to find them all from 3 different bookshops. And that is all of the books in that bag. So that lot was $32 for half off. I should say this is not normal book buying behaviour. This is went a bit crazy this month because they hadn't done a bookshop run in forever, and also it's Christmas time and they had all these sales on. So don't expect this frequency of videos. I'm normally a bit more financially responsible than this. You know, as long as you can still pay your bills and your rent and your food as well, buy all the books you want. Buy what you enjoy. And I like having a lot. I can't get rid of books, and I like carrying my big and diverse, I guess, library. Like I still have like all the Rainbow Fairy books I had when I was little, because I like that my library. I feel like it tells a story. It tells about all the stuff that I've been interested in over the years, what I've read, what I've been interested in, what fandoms I've been in, what phases I've been through. Like the reason I like Courtroom fillers is because I like the Ace Attorney games, example. And this is the last bag, and this lot was $16. This is from we went back to the bookshop that I went to last week, and they still had the half price sale on. So this lot was $16. So first one, Centuries of Stories. This is an anthology where each story is set in a different century of history. And there's I think Jacqueline Wilson's in here. I think there's Michael Morpurgo in here. I think those are the only 2 authors in here that I'm familiar with. But that just still sounded really interesting to me. This one, The Juror by George Dawes Green, courtroom thriller. And Inadmissible Evidence by Philip Friedman, which is another legal thriller. I told you there'd be more of those. Next one, Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan. This is book 2 in the Kane Chronicles series, which is about Egyptian mythology. I read the first one ages ago, but never finished the series, which is weird because I've read the Magnus Chase and the Percy Jackson series, and I'm in the middle of Trials of Apollo. So yeah, don't know why I never got back on that one. This one, The Chemistry of Tears by Peter Carey. This one has an automaton in it, and that sounds cool to me. So yeah, I picked this one up. Next is Agent of Hell, Dark Currents by Jacqueline Carey. This one sounds like Norse mythology because Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld or the dead, and it sounds like it has other mythology stuff in it, which I'm interested in. Next one is Conspiracy 365 March. Haven't started reading these, but I have January, February and April, so I was missing this one. I think it's a kids sort of thriller one. Sounds fun. Next, The Mayor of Lexington Avenue by James Sheehan. This one is another sort of courtroom sort of thing. Next one, Romance and Legend of Chivalry by A.R. Hope Moncrief. This is another sort of mythology sort of one about, I guess, Celtic and Arthurian mythology and that sort of thing. Almost done. And we have Moral Disorder by Margaret Atwood. I don't entirely know what this is about, but I'm guessing it's going to be philosophical, which sounds interesting to me. And then the last one is a big boy, A Pictorial History of Bushrangers by Tom Pryor, Bill Wannon, and H. Nunn. This is about the history of bushrangers in colonial Australia, which I learned about in high school history class, and I wanted to learn more about, but we didn't spend very long on them. But they sound really interesting. They're kind of like some did some bad things, but they're also sort of like treated as folk heroes almost. This book has some like little photos, pictures, stuff in it, so that sounds interesting. Yeah, I think that's the lot, finally. So, big book haul. Thank you for watching that one. If you've read any of these books, let me know. Did you like them? What do you think? Thank you for watching. Don't expect this frequency of book hauls, like I said. December went crazy because uni's off and bookshops had sales, and I hadn't done a bookshop run in a while. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Do lots of maths. Read lots of books.